New couples on 90 Day Fiancé!
Asking me to go back to a country that I used to hate and I wanted to escape.
My friend is about to make the biggest mistake of her life, and I really need to stop her.
I'm gonna say it! Like, just find someone who just is like you did! Addie, I'm done. I'm done.
Hello, beautiful, and welcome back. We've got some fresh meat on the brand new season of 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. If you're new to this spinoff, it's where the American decides to move overseas to be with their partner. Today we're looking at two new couples, and both of them will be a delicious disaster, and I can't wait to rip them to shreds like a juicy, tender brisket. I love brisket. First up, we've got the fabulous 32-year-old Manon, whose name I'm going to keep on messing up, so I'm just going to call her Manny.
My name is Manon, I'm 32, and I am from Marseille, south of France, baby.
Today, she is living in Los Angeles with her husband and son, but before we get to that, Manny has to tell us about this photo shoot she's taken with her fat friends. Those are her words, not mine.
A photo shoot with my fat babes. We can be plus-sized, curvy, fat, but loving ourselves.
She tells us that in France, if you dare to dress up while fat, everyone's gonna stare you down. It's frowned upon. So over a decade ago, she started a social media page about living plus-sized in France. The page took off, and before long, she was being invited to LA by plus-size brands wanting to photograph her. And she never returned to France.
I was able to meet so many other girls just like me.
Shortly after, she met Anthony and they became pregnant with their son. But she wasn't going to give up her passion for fat fashion. She went on to become a marketing director and is the owner of her own social media agency.
I'm all about, walk, walk, walk.
He is creepy. Manny sits her friends down and tells them that she is at the end of her rope. Life is not sustainable as it is. She never sees her husband or son. All she does is work, and they're both exhausted. Dad, by the way, is a stay-at-home dad.
What the hell you say?
I'm selling my house and I'm going back to France full time. I'm leaving LA.
Her friends are shocked to hear this because they know how much she loves where she lives. She loves her job, and I don't really understand how they think he's going to be the full-time provider in France. Why can't he be the full-time provider here? How is France going to make their life easier? And as we'll learn later, he doesn't speak any French.
But I'm scared, Cindy. I'm not going to be able to, me. I'm going to want to do something because I need to buy a house there.
So, as much as she wants to have more time with her son, she also knows that she enjoys working and will probably not be satisfied being a mother and homemaker. And she didn't like living in France. Whose idea was it to move back there? How is this a good idea?
I've been bullied my whole life with my family.
Did I mention that when they get to France, they're moving in with her parents, who bully her, in a country that she hates? And what is this hat with the eyeballs? Her family is so nasty about her being overweight. Even her grandpa shamed her, wanting to know how could she get a decent-looking guy when she looks like that?
How a girl like you married a man like that?
What a douche monkey. She breaks down crying and says, "This is why I organized the shoot today, because it's probably going to be my last one, and I love you guys so much." It cuts to her telling us that growing up in France was miserable. The kids were merciless.
All of the other kids at school were making fun of me, chewing gum in my hair, spitting on me.
That is so sad. And look at her here. That would be considered average in America. I would probably get called fat too. I'm not 120 pounds. I haven't been a size 0 since like middle school. All right. I looked it up. The average weight of a woman over there is 138 pounds, and the average weight of a woman in America is 170 pounds. American women average 5'3", and French women average 5'4". So they're taller and leaner. But isn't that true in every country?
I'm gonna miss it a lot here,
I have to assume it's Anthony who wants to move there because she clearly doesn't. So let's meet this guy. He's 33 from Corona, California. I used to live right next door to Corona. I didn't like it. He's got a cotton mustache.
Daycare is stupid expensive, so I quit my job.
What was his job? So these two met 4 years ago on a dating website. She originally wasn't interested because he looked terrible in all of his pictures, but she gave him a chance and was glad she did because she's very attracted to him. And he's an awesome daddy to their son.
I already knew after our first date that I wanted to marry her.
And then actually, he wrote me a handwriting letter as well.
The letter sealed the deal, and a month later, they were living together. 6 months later, they were married. A year later, they got a house, and then boom, there was baby. She tells us that 2 months after having the baby, she had to go back to work because bills had to be paid. And unfortunately, it's not the typical 9 to 5. She's basically working around the clock because she's running her own agency.
Sometimes it makes me feel like the biggest failure in the world.
Their current lifestyle has caused a lot of fighting. She gets really hurt when she does try to spend time with her son or get close to him, and he just gravitates right back to dad. Then she gets mad at dad that he has such a close relationship with their son, and that is not really fair.
Yeah, but I should be there for him though.
And you will be in France. And that's why we're going.
You know, LA's a bit expensive. Even if they move back to Corona where he's from, that would be a huge financial relief. We learned that Anthony was the one that suggested moving to France. He believes life will be slower paced and she will be able to spend more time with their son. Bailey! Shush!
It may save our marriage and also make me have a good relationship with my son.
She reminds him that she hated it there and she might not be able to handle it in the long run. And again, what can he do in France that he can't do here so that she can stay at home? It doesn't make sense to me. The next day, these two appear to be back in Corona. It's a fugly desert over there because they need to sell the car. We also learned that they sold their house for cash already.
So the net proceeds we have right now is $88,778. But we have 2 weeks that you have to be out of the house.
Okay, hold on. We need more research for this one. What is the average home price in France? 3,100 euros per square meter. What's a meter? It's not freedom units. The average house size is 600 square meters. That would give us a total of 1.8 million euros. That can't be right, can it? The average American home is 500 grand with an average square feet of 2,300 square feet. If this is accurate, they're living in a fairy tale, or should I say that he is?
So the number I'd be at is probably right around 15 grand.
Oh, hell no!
We owe 27.
So they're gonna take a loss on their car, and they're only gonna get about 80 grand for the sale of their house. And this guy doesn't see the problem with it. She's like, no, I'm not working anymore. We can't be losing all this money. And he's like, what do you mean? We're gonna be making all these grands.
I don't know, ma. Some grands.
Like, no way.
Well, I mean, it's one option.
I like her. He is an idiot. Even in America, 80 grand on a down payment is a drop in the bucket. What does he think is gonna happen over there? I did 3 minutes of research and concluded this was a bad idea. I mean, what is his plan? Is there something that I'm missing?
There's nothing coming in, it's only coming out.
70,000 is a lot of money.
That is not even enough for a down payment in France. I don't want to rent. I don't want to live in a shoebox. I have standards now.
Staying with your parents, not paying rent, and as soon as my French gets better, I can get a job in security or...
Job insecurity? Secure your wife. She needs security.
Security heavy. Like she could protect the building.
in some field where they're open to having someone that's either still learning or whatever level I'll be at.
She tells him straight up he's delusional. And my gosh, her face. She knows this is gonna be bad. He starts scolding her for focusing on having money and her standards are too high. She's like, no, I am not some materialistic girl, Anthony. You don't understand. We lived terrible over there. Money was always an issue and I have been homeless before.
Not everyone has the same definition of what brings them happiness.
Okay, fellas, let me tell you a little secret. Women we necessitate safety and security. That's why most women want a guy with money. And I'm not saying you should tolerate gold diggers because nobody inherently deserves luxury, okay? You can dump that girl. But safety, that's different.
Why is there this constant push for more? If you make enough to get by and you're happy with your life, what is wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. But that's not what you're gonna get over there. And I get the sense that this guy is lazy. I don't think he's gonna learn French, and I don't think he has any desire to work full time. If he wanted to, they could make it work in America. But he thinks living in France is gonna be a slower way of life. I mean, if you wanna go slower, move to the country. At least it would be cheaper.
He has a certain standard. I'm surviving, I'm happy. Makes me feel I'm in danger. It's being extra comfortable that makes me feel safe.
I told you. Fellas, you need any dating advice, just go ahead and put it in the comment section, and I am accepting tips. He's like, you're the one who's overworked and stressed. You're mad about my relationship with our son.
Why do I always have to compromise what I want, who I am and stuff? Why?
And then he basically tells her that this is her own fault. Her hard work and desire to live the American dream is why they're on the brink of divorce. I hate this guy. She tells us that when he wants something his way, that's the only way. He won't listen to anything she says about life over there, and instead tells her she cares too much about money.
I have no idea what the future holds for us.
You have no idea about anything. Listen to her. She's speaking practicalities. She's not dreaming of some bougie lifestyle, you friggin' bum. The only reason he has a mustache is because otherwise everyone else would think he's a little boy.
Listen, Linda. Listen.
Cut it. And
Rip
then
it
have
and
nice
rip it.
bread everywhere. No. What the heck is wrong with you?
It's what's called breaking bread, right?
Yeah, I'd like to break my foot over your face. So they're moving out in a few weeks, and she wants Anthony to know how to prepare a charcuterie board before they go.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie. No, charcuterie. Not charcuterie.
Charcuterie. I don't know how you say it, I just want to eat it. They're also preparing this because Anthony's family is headed over and they're going to tell them the news that they've sold their house and, oh, by the way, we're moving to France.
We're selling the house.
You what?
We're gonna move to France.
Shut the front door.
No, I'm going to leave it wide open along with the back door. Naturally, the family is shocked to hear this. They're disappointed and Mom tells them it's not too late to change their mind. But Bozo just laughs and he's like, no. This is it.
2 weeks is a really short amount of time with a permanent move. You just don't feel like you're rushing into decisions?
Absolutely not.
I can't help but think that the family probably knows about their financial situation and this dingbat doesn't work. So they're seeing the red flags. Sister even says, I know that you guys have been going through some hard times.
I guess it just seems like you're almost adding more fire to that than really water.
I don't think so.
This guy is so stubborn. He won't listen to what anyone has to say. I am gonna love watching him get a slap of reality, but the sad part is he's dragging her and their little toddler into it. He says, we just want to slow down, and she's like, but are you gonna be able to slow down? Like, hello? Have you given this any thought at all? Manny says to them, we realize that our problems are not gonna magically disappear. I know it's gonna be difficult, but sister is worried that their problems will only get worse, and she voices this concern.
Sarah, we're united in doing this, and you're kind of starting to push my buttons a little bit.
Stop trying to drive a wedge between us, Sarah. Stop reminding my wife that this is a stupid idea.
I don't hear any of the work that has gone into place outside of we're just moving.
She is 100% correct. This is like a high schooler's mentality that he has. And his defensiveness and attacking his sister is a big fat red flag to me. There's something weird about him. I don't know what, he's just creeping me out. Manny's like, okay, well, what would you have us do? Like, what would you suggest?
I don't need the solution. This is your relationship.
And that's why we have come up with our solution.
Just because you've thought about this more than me doesn't give you the right to just come over here and rain on my parade. What? Are we just gonna stay here and destroy our marriage and family? Is that what you want? Then she reveals that her and Manny were talking privately, and she shared that things between them have been really bad, and she just doesn't want to see them get any worse because there's not a lot of room for things to get worse. Manny says, hey, you know, I was super emotional and I probably said some things I didn't mean. You know, we're all human.
Manon, when you talked to me and you said sometimes being with your brother makes me feel like I want to die inside.
The rest of the family tells Sarah she needs to shut up. That was a private conversation. This isn't good. And Manny is getting really pissed. She's like, I never said that I wanted a divorce. Yes, you did. If you hadn't, then I wouldn't have all these concerns.
Trying to bring it down by saying, do not speak over me right now.
Okay, get out of my house.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, what a wonderful lunch. Moving on. Next on the chopping block, we've got this little lass whose friend is frantically speeding over to her house to save her from ruining her life.
Chloe has no idea what she is doing.
Chloe is 23 from Massachusetts. She holds up a picture of herself as a toddler and says she hasn't changed one bit. Then she shows us her bazillion medals and trophies from her time as a competitive cheerleader.
Total spoiled princess. I got everything I wanted.
Doesn't that sound a little familiar? Mom has her own shopping and logistics business, and she works for her mom as a sales rep. At least she's not doing OnlyFans. Yet.
My life was already set on a path. money, security, comfortability.
That was until she met this dude on a pirate ship.
What?
He's 9 years older than her, but he looks like he's 20 years older. And he's an entertainer on said pirate ship.
I remember him just saying like, oh, like you'll have to come back. He like looked at me. I'm like, you're looking through my soul.
Oh, she is checking off every blonde stereotype.
This is gonna be just like senior year, except for funner.
So basically, she fell for him because she thought he was super hot and he told her she needed to come back to see him, and that was it. She was sold. So now she's with mom. Her room is super cute, and mom is like, why are you packing pants? It's really hot over there.
I've been there 5 times and I've never once even put on a pair of pants.
You know, not all superheroes wear capes.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Mom is telling her not to leave, and this is so hard. And how are you gonna get your face cream? They don't have this over there. Can't you just stay?
When I want something, I kind of get it type mindset, and now I'm gonna be in the middle of nowhere.
Brain dead Barbie reassures her mother that they can still visit each other. Her mom's like, honey, you're moving to another country for a freaking pirate. This sounds like a fever dream. Mom, it's not like I'm gonna be a pirate. Well, how do you know? What are you gonna do over there?
You're not gonna have a ton of options there.
I'm just gonna wing it.
Oh my gosh. At least she says it, unlike this guy. Mom tells us that she's worked her butt off to give her daughter a good life and every opportunity under the sun, and she's gonna throw it away for Leatherface.
Are you going to be happy not having your $80 face wash and having cold showers every day?
No, she's not. That hair is more fried than mine, and she thinks she's gonna be taking cold showers. But she does say something that makes sense. She says, love makes you do crazy things. And I've heard it said that when you fall in love, that's the craziest that a sane person will ever be. So her friend is burning rubber to get to her house, and while she's driving, she tells us that she knows this guy, and he is bad news. Her husband grew up on the same street as him. He knows him well.
Johnny has a laundry list of girls behind him, and he's not the guy that you start your life with.
Chloe just thinks, oh, her friend is coming to say goodbye. She tells us that Jen is like her mom friend. She doesn't look that much older to me. But she always gives her good advice, and she drove over 4 hours to see her. So she wastes no time diving into the real reason she came.
There's so much more to life than Aruba, which I love as a vacation home.
She says you have no idea what the culture is like over there. It's a party place. Every year, thousands of girls flock there and just hook up with all the locals. I've been there a zillion times. I've seen it over and over again. And you have so much to live for over here.
And the only thing that he's shown is that he's not even faithful to you.
We learned that stupid Jonathan was posting pictures on his social media of him taking another girl on a vacation. So if he's going on a whole nother vacation with other girls, he's definitely having hookups.
He told me he was in an open relationship, quote unquote, with the girl.
Okay, was he in an open relationship with you? Why was he in another relationship at all? Bimbo Barbie is not insulting enough.
He definitely jumps from females. He's got a long history.
When you say it like that, it sounds bad.
Okay. Get this girl a helmet and don't let her out of your sight. Someone's gonna offer her candy in a van and she's gonna toe-touch fly right into it.
My husband, he saw these things happen all the time. The guys on the boat all have each other's back.
Chloe's friend is telling her a lot, but she's being really nice about it, and Chloe's brain is probably short-circuiting from all this information. She has the impression this would work no problem because, like, look at her friend. She made it work with the guy from there. But her friend explains that he moved to the States. Living in Aruba is a whole different reality.
I really do feel this is going to work out.
That's it for this episode. I know it was short, but I just wanted to talk about the new couples in this episode. Let me know what you guys think about these couples. I think it's going to be a train wreck. Do all the things for the algorithm. I love you, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!
Truth ain't in you, so why would I let you continue? Don't let a hater